Happy Sunday, everybody. Yeah, almost the freaking first. Hallelujah. I guess we're all pretty much happy for that one. Yeah, not too much sunshine today. But, anywho, so this is something that, a story that, um, God actually told me when I was talking to him back in 1999. It was a very, very long conversation. So, anywho, um, but yeah, this one is quite unbelievable. If it wasn't told to me, and then I would have thought it came right out of a story book myself. Like, yeah, right, someone made that shit up. But no, it was actually told to me by God Himself. So, anyway, now y'all have heard me say, especially on my posts and stuff like that, about the in heaven, God has 8 friends, right? And And I wonder how much of that I actually explained. I don't really quite remember, so I'm sorry about that. But God has 8 friends in heaven, all women who He can't control. He said specifically like that, all women who He cannot control. So, one being His wife, of course. And we all know who that is. I mean, pretty much everybody says it in the storybooks about, you know, the Sophia and stuff like that, but she really does, in fact, have sisters that are even greater or just as powerful as she is. So, anywho, um, another thing about genders, um, it was very interesting how in heaven they have this gender thing, but there's also the genderless thing. I don't really think um I think they're more of a feminine spirit, more so than if you would think about it as girls and boys kind of thing. It's only because of creation and giving birth to creation that one must have a certain specific ordeal of alchemy through a process of whatever this machine is in the light alchemy process. The one that gives birth. There's the one that does create, but there's the one that gives birth too. So I'm just saying, you know, there's gender and the God aspect is a lot more different than what it is today. So, what the reality of human mind consumption is, anyway, more than I could probably pronounce. So, anyway, um, now this story has to do with them, which is interesting. All right. It has a lot to do with a lot of mythologies that go on today and still are believed in and stuff. Um, Now, in heaven, God has 8 friends, but it used to be 9 friends. And Hope was a star out in heaven along with the sisters. And one day, all right, one of the older sisters, now Hope was the youngest and most favored of the teacher, okay? And of course, all the sisters love the teacher. There is a star that's a teacher. It's very strange how it all just kind of, it's not what you think. It's not like going to school and like little kids and being, teacher. This is a different sort of star system that has information, that gives information, that's called the teacher, but it's also has the spirit of Saturn. So let's just call him Saturn. Before Saturn became all angry and pissy and what he knows today as a baby eating thing. But it really is, it just, Saturn is, growing up. your child dies and you grow up and that's what it is, Time to put away childish stuff sometimes, but not always because you can't lose that kid forever. So, anywho, we all know that all aspect of it. Now, what happened with Hope is that one of the sisters became jealous because the teacher liked her best. And so the teacher and Hope, well, the jealous sister, I'm sorry, I'm getting lost. The jealous sister said to Hope that one of the sisters was down on Earth and she was lost and the rest of the sisters was looking for her and that she must come down and help. So Hope comes to Earth. But the sister made a deal with the king to entrap her. And so the king was able to successfully trap her. That's why there's that Hope in Pandora's box. Also, the Hope stone from the star that's in Mecha's cube, which all the guys go running around her 24 fucking 7 just to get a touch of her, so there's that too, and also, yeah, just saying, yeah, something that the heavens aren't really too happy of, but now the thing is that the jealous sister told the other sisters that Leviathan, or one of the old gods, that's a really, really, really hard thing to explain. The old gods, one of them entrapped and, Hope. And so, anyway, I'm trying to get this correct of how God told it to me so I could tell it to you guys correctly. It's not the easiest thing to do because that was told to me a long time ago. So one of the old gods got really, really, really pissed off about the fact that he was getting blamed for Hope being gone. And the sister ended up fessing up to what happened. But something about the old god, which it really does see it look like in my head as Leviathan, but I don't think it was. I'm not 100% on that because that's one big dark thing, old god thing. But anyway, yeah. So there was really God had to make a deal with the old gods to not take vengeance on that whole anger and blame thing. I think it was the sisters, are very, very old gods themselves, and they got pissed off at that god and went and attacked him, but he didn't do anything wrong, so he was pissed about that. Anyway, I just tell stories very terribly, don't I? I'm not very good at telling stories. Maybe I should organize better with these videos. I'm sorry about that, you guys. But that's just how the God told it to me. In conversation, face to face, just stuff. And not in my head, not in a dream, not in any kind of state of mental bleh, It was, I saved a person's life one day and opened up a door. Anyway, that's just how it went. Anyway, it's usually how it goes. But, so, I'm sorry I told the story terribly. Hope really deserved a better story on telling on that one. But there really is no point behind anything. It's just, I know that, there is. The point being was that things out there in this what is a lot more stranger than people really can detect. It really is. And you got to have an open mind to what we on earth here has labeled and what we have, perceived as is, what I'm saying? Because I guess, for one thing, I know it just what it seems like is that there's always a bigger fish out there, you know, and respect is definitely should be presented in everything and everybody you talk to. You never know who you're talking to. You really don't. You look at me, you never really think that I would be a person that I am, but and, and oh my God, you poor souls. Anywho, that have crossed my path in the past. Anyway, and that's the big reason why Saturn became a dick is because his favorite student did get, captured, put in here on Earth as a slave for men to run around, especially those type of men that enslave women, you know. So, I can't really blame Saturn too much for being angry. So, it is what he is, and he does what he does. But, just saying, man, if you think about it, how things become the way they are and the consequences for actions, even when God's make an act, even when God's make a decision, and then it becomes is, and it becomes what it is on earth because of how it is in heaven. you know, I wish so much that y'all could remember like it was, like you used to. Anyway, we'll see about it now that you guys have came into this new detection, so 5D detection realm. Anyway, have fun with it. Oh, there's something I really wanted to tell you too. After you get through this next phase, once those headaches and everything, there's a phase that you'll go in that feels like you took ecstasy. Okay, and I'm not kidding. Not kidding about it. You guys are gonna feel like I'm hoping, for some of you people that never done drugs before, ever, or even drank before, which I'm sure a few of you godlike ascendants are. um, hey, I'm just saying, it's gonna feel that's exactly. Don't freak out. The first mistake that everybody does when they first start tripping on acid or ecstasy is they think automatically, "Oh shit, I did something, bad," or "I think this was a mistake." Oh fuck, because it ain't like nothing ever before, man. I'm telling you. But for those who have done ecstasy, get ready to enjoy yourselves and don't enjoy yourselves too much. That's all I gotta say about that one. But yeah, it'll get better, man. Yeah, it'll definitely get better, and that euphoric high that you get will kind of fade, or it kind of could get conditioned to it. So just get ready for that one. At least it's an enjoyable symptom compared to all the rest of the symptoms that you guys have, man. Okay, so much love to y'all, and no worries.